Hey, what's up everybody? This is Justin with SILLAGE Scents. I have got a video today about the best ARMAF fragrances. Now, I haven't tried all of them. I have tried a bunch of them. I still own most of the ones that I've tried, but these are the ones that are stand out. They are excellent. They're an incredible value. So we're going to get into, in my opinion, the best ARMAF fragrances. But let me know in the comments, what would you add to this list? Which of these do you have and what do you think of it? And of course, please subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate that so you can follow the content I've got coming out several times every week. All right, so let's get into this list. First one that we'll go with, this is no particular order. They're all actually really good. First one we're going to go with is a clone of Parfums de Marly Pegasus. This is ARMAF CRAZE. Now this one, I might have had it backwards. This one is a metallic almond vanilla scent that's somewhat powdery. And so it's a great scent for the winter and the fall, but there's something about that metallic almond note, and to me, it's not overly sweet. Some people perceive this as very sweet. I really don't at all. I think it also works well in spring before it gets too hot, and on cooler summer days. I wouldn't wear it in like the super hot heat, but this is a beautiful, very unique scent. That metallic vibe, the almond, the vanilla, the slight powderiness. To me, if you wear it heavily, it reminds me of snow, of being in the snow. If you wear it lightly, it just gives you this air of this sort of metallic almond vanilla that's around you all day. It's a good performer as well. It's probably a good 8 to 10 hour fragrance. And the value on fragrances like this, cloning a $250 fragrance, is just insane. All right, next up, this one is quite different from the last one. This one is actually a clone of a Creed fragrance, Millésime Imperial. And what you're going to get with this one, this is ARMAF Club de Nuit Milestone. And this one is an explosion of tropical fruit with ambroxan that's going to remind you of ambergris. They do a really good job in some of these of mimicking ambergris, that sort of a woodsy, sweet vibe. This one does a great job with it. There's another one in here as well that I think the ambroxan is done in such an incredible way. But this one is the ultimate summer fragrance. You could do it in spring as well, but this is like summer vacation. This is going to, somewhere on the coast or being in some sort of a beachy tropical place. But it also works well anywhere during the summer. It's not incredibly formal, but it's very fun. It's got sweetness. It's got beautiful combo of fruits and an ambroxan that's going to remind you a lot of the ambergris in the Creed fragrances. This one is excellent. Performance could be better. This one is, about a 6 or 7 hour fragrance. Some people get a lot more than that, but that's a great one. All right, next let's go with this one. This is a clone of another Creed fragrance. This one is ARMAF Club de Nuit Sillage. And the Club de Nuit line is one of the kind of upper echelons of ARMAF. And this one is going to be a clone of Silver Mountain Water. And so this one is really this one sort of shocked me when I first wore it because of how much it changes and how many different elements there are of this fragrance that I don't think you really get all of it the first time you wear it. You've got to wear it a number of times. You've even got to leave it on your clothes and walk in the closet, and a day later you're still going to be smelling it. So this fragrance is going to have elements that are floral, elements that are slightly spicy. You're going to get something that's going to remind you of white tea. You're going to get something that they just call, I think, spicy notes. So there's a little floral element, kind of white florals. You've got some jasmine and some things like that, maybe even some rose, but you've got a little bit of a floral vibe with some spice. but you've also got something that sets this fragrance apart from any other that I own. There's something that is sometimes identified as an ink note, and it really does remind you a little bit of ink, as well as that white tea note that is also pretty interesting. I don't have a lot of fragrances with that sort of soft, airy, sweet tea note, but the way that they mix together with the ambroxan that, just like in Milestone, is done in a way that is very reminiscent of the ambergris in Creed, it comes together in a pretty complex fragrance that's very interesting, very unique. And I go nose blind to certain elements of this fragrance pretty much immediately when I spray it on. I did a video on this fragrance where I talk a lot more about that. It would take too long, but this one is surprising, and let me warn you, this is strong. Mine's a new bottle, just purchased in the last few months, so I don't think there's any reformulation issues. This is a super strong fragrance. I'm talking 12 plus hours, and it projects like a monster. It's got incredible sillage. This is a great fragrance, a clone of Silver Mountain Water. All right, next up, let's go with one that is another clone. I think all of these are clones, but this one is different in that it's not a direct clone. It's kind of a blend of several different fragrances. This is ARMAF ODYSSEY HOMME, the one in the black bottle. There's a white bottle that's different. And this one is a mix of kind of the top tier sweet iris fragrances. So I'm talking about like Givenchy Gentleman EDP, like the Dior Homme Intense. Someone told me it smells like Dior Homme Parfum also, but I haven't tried that one yet. Unfortunately, I've been looking for it when I have the money to buy it. So it's going to be a mix of those, as well as like Valentino Uomo Intense. So what you're going to get is something that is leathery, something that is chocolatey, something that has a very noticeable iris that mixes with that kind of soft tan leather vibe, as well as a chocolatey vibe. And the scent bubble on this one is amazing. I'm talking 3-4 hours on, plus that you're going to have this incredible scent trail, scent bubble around you. It's going to fill a car if you're in a car with somebody, and it's amazing. You just get wafts of just chocolatey iris, leathery chocolatey iris for hours, and at the end of the day, you're still going to smell this one on you. So this one's got pretty good performance. It's probably a 7 or 8 hour fragrance, maybe more if you spray heavily. But if you like those top tier iris fragrances, it's worth picking this one up. I think I got it for less than $30 on Amazon. This one is a great pickup. Okay, next up, this is a clone of another Creed fragrance. This is a clone of Green Irish Tweed. And so this is Très Nuit, one of the probably cheaper ARMAF fragrances. I've seen it many times for like $22 on some of the discounter websites. But this one is kind of the ultimate spring fragrance. You've got lemon verbena, you've got iris, you've got ambergris, you've got, again, something they just call spicy notes. I don't get a lot of spiciness from this one. What you do get is greenness, and you get a fresh iris, and you get that lemon verbena and lemon. There's 2 different kinds of lemon that are being used here, and it is just awesome. It reminds you of the spring. It's bright. It's green, but not overpoweringly green, and it's fresh, and it's got a little bit of sweetness. It's also got some ambroxan that's trying to mimic the ambergris in the Creed fragrance. This is an awesome spring fragrance, bright, green, fresh. I think you're really going to like it if those kinds of notes sound interesting to you. And then the last one that I'll mention is a clone of Dior Sauvage. Now, I didn't pick up Dior Sauvage when it came out. You know, there was a long while where I knew how popular it was, and it's just that thing where sometimes you say if something's popular, then it's probably not good, which is kind of a dumb way to think. But whenever I did pick it up, I loved it. I got a sample first, and I loved the sample. I got like a 10 ml decant. I absolutely loved it. I ended up picking up this one, and then right after that, picking up Dior Sauvage EDT. This one is the pride of ARMAF. ARMAF has a couple clones of Dior Sauvage, and most people think this is the best one. I haven't tried Ventana. That's a good one. I think it mimics the opening of Dior Sauvage a little better, but this one kind of goes similar to the EDP of Sauvage. The opening is not as sharp and, you know, peppery, metallic in your face. It's still very peppery and still very sharp, but it's not quite as extreme as the EDT of Sauvage. It's kind of a blend of, if you took Sauvage EDT and Sauvage EDP and put them together, you're going to get the pride of ARMAF. It smells so good and so close to Sauvage. There is, quality-wise and power-wise, you're not going to be able to beat Sauvage, but if you want a 7-hour fragrance that's going to get you 90 or 95% of the way there as far as the impact and at least the appearance of quality, the scent of quality, then this is going to get you there. It's a great clone of Dior Sauvage. If you already have Sauvage, you want to stretch out your bottle, or if you don't have it yet, then this would be a good first step to see if it's worth the investment. You know, $110 for 100 ml of Sauvage. You can get this one for about 30 bucks, the Pride of ARMAF, and it's a great one. All right, I have no idea how long that video was. I'm thinking I talked a lot. It was probably kind of long, but I wanted to give you a sense of the quality of these fragrances. They're outstanding. These are some of the best clones that I own. All of them get really close to the fragrance that they're trying to mimic or dupe, and I would recommend any of them to you. All right, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comments what you think about these and what are some of your favorite ARMAFs, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.